The weapons that the devil is trying to use to kill you, use it to build yourself. So when I was 13 years of age in grade 8, in a beautiful day, 13th of July, I was 13, the 13th of July in grade 8, just came back from the FIFA World Cup, going back to school, and I thought, oh, we are back, I'm a teenager, being a teenager. And I didn't know that was my last day to be in school. I was deliberately set on fire, purposefully, intentionally, by a man who burned 17 school children and killed 10 kids, including my younger sister and my best friend. So, as a survivor, I stayed almost 3 years without formal education. I couldn't go back to school because I was considered as you are disabled, you are not good enough, you just deserve to be on the wheelchair at home crying yourself away. And I looked at myself in the mirror with wounds and I couldn't recognize myself because my whole body was pinked with bandages. And when I came back into society, I was indoctrinated to believe that I'm not worth it, and I believed it. I was made to believe that I was ugly, and I believed it. Until I spoke to my parents and said, you know what, I'm tired, I want to commit suicide. And I asked myself, where is the suicide coming from into a mind of a 13-year-old child? And it is the devil. I want to talk to you guys about the seed, the power of a seed. All of you guys were born with a seed. Even in the school, there's a seed planted in your head, in your mind, and that seed is their ideology, your dreams, your visions, your ambitions. And there's also a seed of negativity, being pessimistic. And if you water that seed, is what you're going to harvest for the rest of your life. If you water your seed with contaminated water, that's what you're going to harvest for the rest of your life. If I did not choose to remove the thought of suicide, because suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary situation, if I watered that seed of suicide, I was not going to be here. And remember that your dreams only die when your soul leaves your body. As long as you're still breathing, you have an impact to make in this world, and it starts from your mind. You have to shift how you think. I forgave the perpetrator and said to myself, I don't want to be like the perpetrator. The perpetrator has already achieved his dream by burning me, by killing my little sister and my best friend, so I have to pick up where I left. I have to keep going, regardless of how many snakes I meet on the road. Because the Bible said, in the book of Genesis chapter 15, God said, I create an enmity between a woman and a serpent. And the serpent is going to crush the woman's heels, but the offsprings are going to crush the serpent's head. So you guys have the seed planted in you. There's power in you to crush everything: poverty, depression, anxiety. You shouldn't even be anxious about life because you have a seed that you need to water. If you want to be an actress, water that seed until you are successful. And I also realized that in my healing process, what you pay attention to is what you attract. I started being positive, and I accepted people to call me chicken dust. As much as it was hurting, now people are looking at me scared of my scars because they became my stars. Trust me, everywhere you go, what you consume, when you interact with people, your friends will define you one day. Because whatever you interact with and whoever you interact with, there's a transaction of energy. So if you surround yourself with people who are negative, who want to be bullies, you are watering that seed. So sometimes it's not too late to start again. You have to go back and replant your seed if you saw that, okay, I left the National School of Art, my seed is not going anywhere, it's dying inside, the roots are dying. Go back to your garden and say, God, I want to rethink, I want to, to strategize again. How do I do it this time? Don't ever say that your dreams are killed, because the devil came to steal, kill, and destroy. But Jesus came to give us life and hope. So I say to my parents, you know what? The devil stole my dreams, but he was unable to kill and destroy. So everything that you do in your life, make sure that your mind is on a positive side. Even if you get bullied, tell those people that the fact that you recognize that I'm ugly, it means that I'm attractive. I had to go back to school. I had to go back to school in 2013. From 2010, I came to Joburg. I'm from Limpopo in Bilabila. When I came to Joburg, I came to hospital to get surgical surgeries happening, operations on my hands. My hands were badly constructed. I couldn't walk. I had 2 total hip replacements. But trust me, when I grabbed the opportunities of going back to school, I became the best netball player with my bandages. So I need you guys to understand that failure does not define you. It's part of the process. It's part of a journey. If you are one grade behind, it doesn't mean that your dreams are behind you. When you fail, it doesn't mean that you're not worth it. Sometimes failure just wants to make sure that you reset the button because there is something that you are not understanding. But understanding will take you very far. Because I learned that in life, I had to ask God to give me the peace that surpasses all human understanding. And I have that peace. I am the happiest chicken dust in the world. Because when they say to me, oh, we are rejecting you, I say, I understand. I don't say, why? Am I not good enough? If I was good enough, if I qualified for that, because God did not need me to have a qualification to qualify to be his child. He didn't need me to be perfect. With my scars, I showed up in beauty pageants. With my scars, I was able to go and speak in England. So you need to make sure that you turn your pain into power and purpose. I know that you guys might not have physical scars, but there's something I've learned, internal scars. Trauma from when you are young. Being bullied, you are hiding that under the uniform. Trust me, you need to take it off. Speak about it. When you speak about it, there is healing invited in you. You might have been through so much, but people don't know about it. Your family doesn't know about it. Speak about it. Turn your trauma into dominance. Every time you enter the room, you dominate without even saying a word. God will prepare rooms for you that you never thought you would be in those rooms. And you're never too young to dream. You are never too old to dream. Start your businesses right now. Ask for advice. Because trust me, the older you get, things become difficult. And then that's when you're going to learn the words, oh, I'm so anxious. What is anxious doing in your mind? Anxiety. It should not exist at all. Depression should not exist. You are a happy child. You were wonderfully and beautifully created. There is no anxiety formed against you shall prosper. When you are writing your exams, you should not aim for 50%, aim for 100%, so that when the paper comes with 70%, you make peace with it. You are content. Because you're a child who's created with excellence, therefore you produce excellence. So I don't want to take much of your time because you guys still need to go and write and study so you can pass. So, so I really need you guys to start taking the plant or the seed that has been planted in your head of having to doubt yourself. You guys are in a creative school, which means you have creativity as a seed in your mind. And don't allow other people's creativity to blind you and say, oh my God, this one produced this kind of art. I don't think I'll be able to do it. You are not here by mistake. Can you guys raise your hand? Do you guys think you don't deserve to be here? Can anyone raise their hands if you think you don't deserve to be here? You see? Who think they deserve to be here? Raise your hand. But there's still people who are not raising their hands, so there is doubts in your mind. See, you guys all deserve to be here. You're going to change this country. We're going to see you on television, but remain humble. Being humble will elevate you. You're going to be exalted. And if you ever get rejection or rejected at auditions, just know that rejection does not have the power to stop you from accomplishing your dreams. But rejection does have the power to redirect you to the right direction. You were not born to be a second option or a contingency plan, or what do you call them in the creative arts, the extras. You're not born to be an extra. You are an extraordinary person, therefore you're going to do extraordinary things. You're going to be the main characters. You're going to be the producers that produce big and great shows in South Africa and Africa. So you guys are born to be excellent people. So you need to respect your teachers, but you need to respect yourself first in order for you to be able to deposit respect to another person. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am beautiful. Affirm. I won't allow anyone to block me from achieving my dreams. And trust me, there's people who are born with the seed of just teasing other kids. There's people who leave home, the devil uses them. When they get to school, their job is to destroy. Everything you touch, you are destroying. So you need to speak and say, today, any person who comes to destroy my life, God, they don't have the power. They shouldn't prosper. I'm not going to allow them to take away my happiness. Imagine going back home because another student said to you, you are ugly, and then your whole happiness is shuttered down. How can you give them the power to do that? Everything that's happening around our lives, we are permitting it to happen. If I didn't choose to forgive and say, this man, I should be the last girl you hurt, I wouldn't be here today. I will be by the traffic lights and you guys will be passing there with your Porsche asking you, can I please have 2 rand?